Alright YouTube, so here's a long-awaited, numerously requested shop update and equipment update. It's going to be thrown into the same video. I don't know how long this is going to be, but I'm going to try to go in kind of in depth of what most of these videos, an update on most of the equipment. There we go. It's about 20 degrees outside today, and that's pretty much today's high. We've been in the temperatures around the teens to 20s recently, which is really cold for our area. It's about that temperature inside the shop here. It's nice. The shop is nice because it doesn't get windy inside. It's just stagnant. But I'm working on trying to warm it up here. I got my kerosene heater going and some kerosene. I got 2 propane heaters if we gotta warm it up a little faster. But this puts out 23,500 BTU. So this usually can get the shop up to about 55, 60 degrees, which is plenty warm. But I just started it, and it's pretty cold in here, so bear with me. So hopefully you guys liked the cruise videos. Some of you guys probably watched it, some of you didn't. That was pretty fun and different type of videos for the channel. So we'll get started here. I guess we start with the equipment. First, probably the most viewed piece of equipment on my channel, the ZMaster 2000 series. Runs like a top, still to this day. Let's see how many hours it has. 243 hours and 243.5, so not too much. It's used, right now it's probably used maybe once every week and a half to 2 weeks, just to chop up leaves and kind of cut everything down. So not too much recently. Got it plugged in on the trickle charger. I actually used it today to try to keep it level. We'll try to keep it warmed up. Using it today in the 20 degrees, you know, the hydraulics are really cold and it takes a while for it to get warmed up. Moving along, the 345. Now this tractor has been the biggest pain in the rear end of anything I've ever owned. This thing literally will not go 2 months without breaking down or breaking something on it. It's probably the worst piece of equipment, most unreliable machine I've had. When it runs, don't get me wrong, when it runs, it's great piece of equipment, very, very powerful. It can drag anything essentially, but it can never run right. It can never run an extended period of time without breaking down, which is that defeats having a purpose. Defeats the purpose of having a piece of equipment. And so it's sat here for a while. I mean, I've used that tractor more recently than I have this one. It doesn't run steady. It doesn't idle. It surges really bad. It has a parasitic draw on the battery. It's really just a pain. And essentially, I don't want to deal with it because I don't really necessarily need this tractor because I have the zero turn, the mow, and this tractor can run the sprayer, and it's got a snow plow and it can pull whatever. So this tractor is sitting right now until I decide what's going to happen to it, because it's really just a pain. And I'd like to see it running, but like in previous videos you've seen the plastic hood ordeal, $600 for a plastic hood. It's just, it's probably a $2,500 tractor at this point. $600 is a lot to put into that, especially with it running as poorly as it does. We'll go over here. Down there is the Kawasaki KHT 600S. Runs great. It ran great every single day of its life. It's a great hedge trimmer. Strongly suggest it. It's kind of winterized right now. The MS180C still, that's used quite a bit. I used that today actually, and it runs great. I think this is a common problem with Stihls. I've seen it on a lot of Stihl chainsaws, is an excessive oil on the exhaust. That's the only really thing I've had. And almost every single Stihl saw like this in this size frame, I just see coated in oil right here. And I'm not using extra oil in the thing. I'm using 50-to-1. And it's still oil, so I don't know what's going on there. I think that's pretty normal. But it does run great. Took a while to get started this morning because it doesn't have a primer bulb. I think it took about 5 pulls just to get the fire off. Not bad. I mean, I'm not complaining, but that's doing good. The other Stihl around here, I can't even remember what the model number of this one is. 015 maybe? Yeah, Stihl 015. That one works, still runs great. Don't use it as much as I like to, and not a pretty good chainsaw. No more equipment. I got this Boland's weed eater. Somebody gave it to me. I've never even looked at it. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I might just donate it to like a thrift store or something. We'll see about that, or give it to somebody. I don't know. I think it does run actually. Let's see. There's a Walker mower sign if you guys haven't seen that. The 128 LD I pretty much don't use anymore. It sits right here for the most part. The problem I had with it is there's the actual shaft here, and then there's this coupling that's kind of crimped on there, I believe. And you had the attachment in this point. The crimping part became loose, and it just rotates a whole bunch now. So I can't really do anything about that. I might be able to weld that. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this tube is made of. I'm guessing maybe some kind of aluminum. It might be steel. I might be able to tack weld it. But after years and years, I had a brush cutter on it for the longest time. It just completely wore that out. So it's pretty good. I'm sure it'll run if I go ahead and try to start it. But for the meantime, it's just saying I don't really need it at this point. But I'll probably get it running eventually. I say get it running, but try to fix that. Maybe I'll sell it. I don't know. It's still a great trimmer. Maybe put a pole saw on it. That'd probably be a good idea. The FS45 has ran probably not even close equally. It's probably been 7 years since I even ran that one. So it sits just like the other one. It's a good trimmer. It's a little low on power. It's really loud. But other than that, it no problems. And, you know, as you can see, like I'm trying to think of the word. What I'm trying to do in most of my equipment is switch to 4-stroke because it's so much easier. It's so much cheaper to run too. No smoke, no smell, no mixing. Okay, and the next trimmer is the 224L Husqvarna. Literally, pretty much the only trimmer that anybody ever wants to use, in my family at least, and pretty much the only one I ever use. It's Honda engine, Husqvarna chassis. It's a beautiful piece of equipment, and you know, that thing will start up for a second pull almost every time. And it's so easy. So easy on gas too. Next one is this Redmax, the TR2301S. I had that trimmer running. It ran pretty good. It has still haven't worked out all the finicky stuff with the carb just yet. I'm working on it. But when it did run, it was a pretty nice trimmer. It's very, very light, which I like. You know, the 4-stroke is quite a bit heavier than that one. So it's a nice thing. And when I actually ran it, the head feels heavier than the actual engine. I don't know if I like that. I sort of like most of the weight on my right arm, which is my dominant arm. So having the weight up front on your left arm kind of feels weird to me. The Echo PE 225, have that. That runs fine. It works great. Cuts edges like it should. No complaints there. The John Deere LT 155. I love this tractor. It literally, like, I can let it sit for 3 months and it'll crank right up, run just fine. I took the snowplow off of it not too long ago for the deck because I found that more useful, because since this one's down, there's some spots that the zero turn's a little bit too big to get into, and so this little tractor helps out a lot in that department. And I don't feel as bad, say, if I cut in some brush with this, I can, or like tall stuff that I don't really want to put the more expensive machine in. This mower will chop it up just fine. And, you know, it works good. The hood's still cracked beyond repair. I got it bungee corded. Snowplow, I don't think I'll need that this winter. Actually, I know I won't need it. We don't get snow here pretty much. So the Troy-Bilt, man, I haven't done a video in a while on this one. Almost never do it. But this is like a legendary. This is probably one of the first pieces of equipment I featured on this channel. So this is no problems here. Got the flick on switch, off switch, custom. Literally starts first pull no matter what. Next machine is the John Deere. I don't know if this has a model number on it or not. Oh yeah, it does. JS63. Good machine. It's self-propelled. That's kind of why I keep it around, because I live on a couple acres, so it's nice to not have to push it around, even though that one's really not that hard to push around. Runs good, starts easy. That one probably will be sold. The only reason I'm keeping it is because my family members like to use it because they don't have to push it. But yeah, it'll probably be sold. But good mower nonetheless. Next machine is the Troy-Bilt Horse 2, I believe it's called. Great machine. I got the snowplow in the front of it, or the dirt blade or whatever. It's got that Kohler K-Series. Starts wonderfully. As you can see on my floor, I've got some kind of fuel leak on it. It's got a shut-off on the bottom of the tank, and I think that's where it's kind of leaking out of. Maybe I have the carburetor, one of those. So I just pretty much store it without gas or run it out of gas. I made the mistake the first time of leaving it with gas. So now it just sits. I mean, rototiller's not used much during the year anyway. It's only used really during the spring. And we might see some videos of that this spring. So I'll try to knock those out. Next one is the FG110, I think it's called. It's a Honda cultivator. Great machine, just like that. It has the same engine as the 224L Husqvarna. Starts up beautifully, runs. Literally, you can set it and forget it and go back to it, and it'll start right back up. No problems. Highly suggest it. I got that pressure washer somebody gave to me. That's works fine, runs great. I think I put a new fuel tank on it. I have a couple Quantum engines over there that I sort of salvage when I need parts. But yeah, that's a good pressure washer. I have a lot of concrete, so that helps speed things up, having two. We'll go to this one. That's the Honda Black Max power washer. Use that one as well. It's got the, I think it's a 100-foot hose or 50-foot hose on it. And that works good. Both those together make a great team. Husqvarna 125 BT. No problems there. Runs great. Still to this day. I want to say that machine is 11 years old. Never done a carb, never done the fuel lines, never done a filter, never done any maintenance on it. Still starts within tube holes and runs great. So I'm just going to leave it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Echo PB500T, another popular machine on my channel. It runs great, no issues. I have done a carb rebuild on this machine a while ago. That machine is probably the most used out of any of the equipment here. This machine, this PB500T, is probably the most used piece of equipment in my entire fleet of stuff. Just putting on, just blowing off the driveway leaves. Pretty much use it for everything. I got over 100 trees in my yard. So whether it's summertime grass clippings, that kind of stuff, or blowing off the hedge clippings, that kind of stuff, or fall, got the leaves, got countless leaves. That machine pretty much stays busy all year round, and pretty much at least a few times a week it's running. Don't know about a 4-stroke replacement on that. I know they make one, but since that one's still putting along pretty good and they're pretty expensive, that one's probably going to be in service until it probably dies, or we decide to get a bigger one. If you see my more recent leaf blowing videos, you see the amount of stuff that I have to blow. Makita air compressor, I featured this on an earlier video. Still runs great, no issues. Haven't even changed oil in it, probably need to do that. I got like a ducted air hose line that runs over there to my reel, and I blew out the end of it, so I need to repair that. Most of this other stuff, if you have any questions on it, I'll show you, but most of you guys aren't necessarily big woodworkers, but I got a lot of woodworking tools, my kerosene, that kind of stuff. Let's see here. What would you guys know? Got another propane heater. These little Mr. Buddy heaters are pretty good for in the wintertime, trying to keep you warm. But that kerosene one puts out the most heat, so it's running. Got an electric heater here as well. I was painting in here the other day, so keeping it warm when I was painting kind of helps dry the paint. 455 Rancher. I love this machine. Beautiful, well-built machine. Highly recommend it. Don't get to run it as much as I would like to, just because mainly the stuff I cut is smaller, and only when I get big storms or tree dies or something do I need to use this. But this is always a joy to use. A great machine. Highly recommend it. I have videos about my chainsaws as well. You guys can go check that out. I got the two stills and the Husqvarna. So I know some of you guys, let's see, the Generac IX 1600. Now, these generators, I got another generator down there, Honeywell 2000i, I think it's called. I live in a tornado area, so a generator's always good to have, and like this area is really big tailgating area as well. So generator's always good to have, but I tell you what, after owning 2 of these Generac generators, I probably want another one. Literally, that one over there, they're both made in China. I'll start with this one over here. This was featured a long time ago in my video. This is a Honeywell, but I believe it's contracted through Generac to make it, because that's who. This had really bad issues. Didn't want to run ever. Starting issues, never ran right. Really cheap plastics inside. The fuel lines fell apart. Just an awful machine overall. I've torn apart both these machines, and so Honeywell sent me a new generator. Even though that one's pretty much a dud, they sent me this one free of charge, essentially, because that one failed so badly. They sent me this one. Now this one ran good for a while, and now it doesn't even produce electricity. It runs great. I mean, it fluctuates pretty badly because it doesn't have a load on it, but it does not produce electricity. I've tried everything that I can physically do to it without ordering parts. I've tried to recharge the field by, running a drill in reverse and that kind of stuff. But it just, as soon as you start it up, you give it about, 10 seconds, and it turns on its overload light with nothing plugged into it. So it's frustrated me a whole bunch, and I'm kind of done working on it. It really bothers me that, this has happened twice with these Generac machines. And kind of a testament, probably should stick to Honda with these generators, kind of the king. Maybe it's my fault for waiting like 6 months between each time I started up, but this is the second machine that's kind of done this. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. It kind of bothers me. I've taken this part too. If you've never been inside one of these inverter generators, it's kind of complicated inside, but it's really cool to see how they smash everything into this little tiny box engine looking thing inside there. Pretty neat. Got some drill presses, got a planer, table saw, bandsaw, dust collection system. So let's see here. This is my shop's a mess, you guys. I'm just busy working in here and stuff. The mini bike, I blew a chain on this. Maybe I can show you guys that if I had the chain still. Blew a chain on it and haven't found time to fix it. I blew a master link. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, the chain just busted in half, bent the chain. So I gotta fix that. And with any cheap Chinese plastic thing, like the tires and stuff like that, starts to fall apart. But I guarantee you that Chinese Honda engine will start up, like at least in 3 pulls at the most. It will start right up. Got this thing. The toolbox, that's always good. Like I said, mind the mess. I'm kind of transferring stuff around, so it's kind of messy. This is kind of my service cart. Got my stickers and stuff. My wear screwdrivers. All this good stuff. You guys want a video on any of this stuff, let me know. I didn't clean it, of course. Tons of stuff in here. Well, I've taken stuff out of here and moved it to this one. But I got like a Makita grinder and stuff that I use. I gotta clean it up. It's a working mess, shall I say. Got this toolbox, which this one's kind of replacing that one, so it'll eventually be moved over, but I got all different kinds of tools in here. Tons of Makita stuff, dead blows, wrenches, all kinds of goodies, torque wrenches, air tools. Kind of filling this one out a little bit more. Multimeter, tile saw, that's for a different project. Got these, my shop computer, which I like having a shop computer. It really helps diagnose things in cars. So I got 2 computers down here. I only use one. I don't know what to do with the other one. Welder's over there, works good. Yeah, I got some quantum engines over here. Well, one quantum engine. I have a few more in another location. This gas tank came off that, I think it was the John Deere or the pressure washer. I had to took it off that one, which came off a snapper. Let's see, I think I covered most of it. Oh, the 4-stroke Makita. The 4-stroke Makita is up at another location. I have another building or garage somewhere else, and it's over there. That's with the diesel engine. I have that Lister Peter diesel engine. That is over there. It's fine, runs great. The 4-stroke Makita, I need to do an oil change on it. It's an initial oil change. You're supposed to oil change it like after, I think it's like 8 hours of use or something like that. Definitely have more than that on it now. So I need to change that, but that runs fine. Another 4-stroke that I'm trying to implement. I'm trying to think of anything else I can update you guys on. I don't know. I think I got most of it. I mean, I go back to school here soon. A little update on me. I'm about to graduate as a mechanical engineer from Auburn University. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. So if you have any questions on that, I can talk to you. I know some of you guys are about to head off to college and that kind of stuff. So, if you're in the same type of thing, let me know. Maybe I can help you out or something like that. But I'm just about to graduate, so if you know anybody that needs a mechanical engineer, I'm here. So yeah, I mean, let's see. So if you guys want any specific videos on any of this stuff, let me know, and I'll gladly do it for you. It might take some time because, like I said, I head out here in a few days, so it won't be until I'm back here, during like a school break or something like that. But yeah, let's see. The truck videos, I don't know when the next truck video will be. I do those truck videos when the channel essentially pays for those truck videos. So I wait until the channel's built up some funds, I guess, to do those truck videos. Now, if you want me to do a specific truck and you really want me to do it, and you want to actually, like pay for some of it, that sounds weird, but those are expensive for me. I don't really use them for anything else except to show you guys on YouTube. And it's kind of just a repeat cycle, just a constant loop of funds. Those truck videos make some money, and I put that money back into getting new trucks. But if you want a specific truck for me to try, you're welcome to donate a little bit, or if you want me to do anything, really. I try to do everything for free, but if you're really specific and it costs me a lot of money, you guys are welcome to donate, and that might speed up things a little bit if you guys want to do that. There's a little donation link on my homepage, the PayPal page. But yeah, I mean, that's all the equipment I can think of that I usually feature in my channel. I didn't really do any big equipment videos this year. Usually I do like a John Deere tractor or a skid steer or something like that. I haven't had really many big projects. Usually when I get those, I have big projects that I'm working on, like building this big shop, or doing a trench or wire trench or something like that. And I haven't had really many of those this year. I can't really think of any really that I had to rent any equipment like that, and you guys would usually see something like that. So I mean, I think that is about it for the shop here. I mean, that's most of the equipment. Trying to think. Don't want to leave something out because most of you guys will call me out on it. But I got to organize my shop. It's kind of a mess. That newer toolbox is going to be filled up, and hopefully should declutter some of this. I'm working on some remodeling projects, so that's kind of why it's a little messy in here as well. Maybe give you a little, yeah. Yeah, so that should be good. Let me know if you guys want any specific videos, or let me know if you guys are looking for any specific videos you want. Or I mean, right now it's freezing cold here, so here I don't have snow. I don't have any of the fun wintry stuff. It's just dry, cold, and not even wet. So I don't have any like winter videos, power equipment wise, I can do. Most of the stuff has been winterized. So if you want any specific videos, maybe even for the summer, You guys are welcome to ask me, and I'll try my best to get them done. Or if you want, like, even if it's not even specific to the video, if you want like me to show you the wood tools or something, I will gladly do that for you guys. But let me know. Let me know if you like this update video, and let me know what you guys are looking for. Thanks for watching.